This is the Bottom Line Sports Show with Gerald Brown and Rick Mahorn.
Imagine you trade a Chet Holmgren for a Giannis Antetokounmpo.
These guys are athletic as you know what, and you go like, oh my gosh, where's the fundamentals? Where's the pass first mentality? That's not in the league anymore.
And now here's your host, Gerald Brown and Rick Mahorn.
We back on the scene. What's up, everybody? Gerald Brown, Rick Mahorn.
Yo, what's up, people? What's going on?
Get back!
Get back show, boy. What's up, boy? What's up, G?
Hey, man. Hey, I can't complain. And listen, before we get ready, listen, man, make sure you check out the show. Make sure you subscribe to the show. It's right there, youtube.com, the Beeline Sports Show, so you can be aware of everything that we have going on. Dynamic show as always. Big Rick, where you at? Where you checking in from, Rick?
Listen. After leaving Charlotte, I think we had to get out of Charlotte. They was looking for some cops to put us all in jail or something like that. Because all of a sudden they just said everybody looking at me. Oh, them bad boys out. Yeah, they are. And let me just say this to you: these young men, boy. I don't know, G. It's not too many people. It ain't too many teams out there that's got that grit, that grind, and just don't give a fuck. I'm sorry. Ooh. And it's listen. It's that grit and that grind, and let me just tell you something. They don't give a fuck because all it is about is the winning. And let me just say this: it was a great game last night. And, you look at it, you go like, oh, all this, these fights and guys run. Hey, these are human beings that want to play and want a fair shake. Sometimes, everybody look at me, oh, Rick Mahorn, he's a troublemaker. Well, if I got paid to be a troublemaker, that's why I was there in Detroit. That's why we were the bad boys. That's what I'm talking about. And ain't none of that Brooklyn bad boys, but this is the Detroit bad boys, boy.
Well, you know what? You just talked about it. Obviously, we knew we were coming on tonight. And all of a sudden, just hearing the reports, and obviously it started with Jalen Duren and Musa Diabate. And again, hard foul that it escalated. Now, when I first heard about the fight, I thought it was clearly just some guys,
pushing. Bumping. Oh, yeah. They're in the club. Yeah. Stop me.
You don't listen. Get back. Come over here.
Don't touch me.
And then all of a sudden, Musa Diabate leans his head in, and then I just saw Jalen Brown push him in his face, get out my face. And I said, oh, and Musa was like, he couldn't be stopped. He was like, yo, he saw me. He was like, and just do it. And I said, wow.
Let me say this to you, Gerald. It's like you keep running, somebody gonna stop you. And I'm not, I condone violence? Yes, I do, to a degree. Here's the thing: when I look at somebody running, it's going to be about six or seven people on this side going to stop you. If you can't get over that way, you can't. Man, come on, man. You're going to be fighting and you're running there. But you know what? I look at it and I go, okay, well, apparently he's got some issues, but I don't know what the fine's going to be. But when I look at the Pistons, it's a together group. And here's the thing: we got our two centers. We got the JD Duren out. Stewart got kicked out. But then you go, you're looking on your bench, and you got JB Bickerstaff looking on your bench, going, "Oh, I got Paul Reed." And then B-ball Paul gets in there, start doing work, hits a three, gets a block, gets some steals. This is the unity that I love about this team. It's like they're towing the line for each other. It's not like even when they played the Knicks. It wasn't like you just want to beat the Knicks. You want to whoop the Knicks because the Knicks did something last year. They won, and you know they advanced. But this taste in these guys' mouth is like, okay, you got the Knicks. All right, well, okay, now we got Charlotte. Charlotte's been playing well. Both of these teams had winning streaks, Gerald. 8 game, 9 game, whatever games. They had winning streaks. But not, well, guess what? Pistons were coming up. We gonna take that one. We gonna beat you at home. We gonna beat you on the road. And I love it because JB Bickerstaff and Trajan Langdon and just the whole organization of the Pistons have been really doing a positive job, not only for the team, but in the community. Because this week I got a scholarship award to give out to some, Black College Scholarship Award that I give to certain kids that come in and compete for competition. So when you look at it, it's just, it brings that, that Detroit back, man, because everybody looks at Detroit now as nasty or that. No, we did it with the bad boys. They did it with the '04 boys, Rip Hamilton and Chauncey and Ben Wallace and Sheed and Tayshaun and Chauncey Billups. They came back and resonated it. And now you get again, here you go 20 something years later, and you get a Cade Cunningham. I mean, I could go on and on and on about the way that these Pistons not only carry themselves on the court, but off the court.
But what was your thoughts when, first of all, as I said, it escalated to the point of them pushing, and then it was the mush, and then it just seemed like escalate. Then they were trying to control them, and then all of a sudden Miles Bridges gets to Jalen Duren, and him and Miles Bridges going, and then
he jumped off the bench.
Yeah, Isaiah. Well, he was out. I think I think he was out there. What was your thoughts when it escalated, when it started, and then to the point it escalated with now Isaiah Stewart, aka B. Stu, coming out there and he coming off the bench? What were your thoughts when you saw that?
Well, one, when I look at it at the beginning, when it all started, I thought that they had it under control. But when one player, like you said, the Charlotte Hornet player just couldn't get under control. So now you got everything shifting. Now you got the crowd into it. Now it's like, it's funny how things just add up and compile. But it wasn't funny because it started to it went from one side of the court to the other side of the court. So it was down by the Charlotte bench, and then it went all the way to the Pistons bench on that side. Now you look at it as, okay, you see somebody running from Charlotte, which was Bridges, coming and attacking Duren. But you know what? Stu has been he's a protector. And listen, I thank God that Ron Holland wasn't there, because see, you got some trigger fingers on this team, but they play ball. And you can bump us, jump us, whatever you got to do. We're gonna still play basketball. We ain't gonna stop playing how to beat you on a basketball court. But it just escalated, and sometimes the referees got to do a job where they, hey, we're not going to have this. We already had a little skirmish earlier in the game in the first half, but now it's like, okay, I don't want this to happen. I miss those guys, some of those referees that were in there, Bennett, Salvador, and a few others. And these referees are trying their best.
Yeah. I thought that there was twofold where both teams actually benefited from this skirmish, right? And again, not advocating violence and stuff. I think from a psychological standpoint, Detroit noticed, and I think clearly, look, it's one thing where, you know what, you guys are very tough. They're talented. They went to the playoffs. They lost to the Knicks last year. But what they did last night was really stepped up. And if somebody's challenging them, they're going to come out and they're not going to back away from it, but they're going to run to the situation. And I think Isaiah Stewart's presence is furthermore felt, where now you got Jalen Duren, all these other guys, Caleb, Cade Cunningham, guys feeling comfortable to know that they got the support. And from a mental standpoint, that toughness, it speaks volumes. Because look, Rick, we talked about it. Your impact on that Detroit Pistons team to come up with the name the Bad Boys, you were the figurehead of all of that. And I said this with all due respect. That was something that allowed Bill Laimbeer, a lot of the other guys to stick their chests out. They're going to run up. I'm going to go ahead and initiate it because we got big Rick Mahorn back there. And we know that Rick Mahorn is the tone setter. I look at Isaiah Stewart. He is the tone setter. And this is something where a mental tough team. And you talked about one thing that I think is the key thing with Detroit. They won the game. Because all that would have been for naught if they lost the game. You go into the enemy's house, they start the skirmish, you answer it, they throw the first punch, you respond, but now you come out and you win. You win the game, which is the ultimate goal. And then on the flip side, look, Charlotte's been playing well. They've been playing really well. They're trying to find their identity. And now you talk about when you match up against a team that's one of the top teams in the Eastern Conference, the Detroit Pistons, you know what it takes not only from a basketball standpoint, but from a mental standpoint to see how tough you are. So I think both teams benefited from that. And thankfully, nobody got hurt. Obviously, the game continued on. But I think that carries a lot of weight, specifically both teams. But in the interim, it's all about the Pistons and the bad boys. And I've always said, not the bad boys, but the Detroit Pistons. But you were the catalyst. That make no mistake, and I know I've said this before.
And I appreciate
it. You deserve.
I appreciate that, but you know, it's all about comfort. You know, Gerald, if you and I walking down the street, because you know you my boy and stuff, we may joke, we clown, we get on each other, we tease, but I ain't letting nobody bother you. Cause see, that's the thing. That's the thing with teammates, friendships, no matter how it is, or if family. You know somebody's got your back, and when you look at this team, it's like you see, as they say, you see everybody out there, and everybody, you know, you're worried about. Okay, am I going to get suspended? You're not worried about that anymore. Oh man, who that ugly dude? Oh my God!
Let's break on.
I'm sorry, man. I gotta go. I ain't looking at this face.
He is a meme.
No. Forget that meme stuff. What is that? Is that Grady from Sanford and Son?
Oh, that's Cornell West double.
Hey, did you straighten your hair, Woodrow? Oh, good Lord.
Yo, he Cornell West double.
Look here.
I know it's Black History Month. Don't worry about it. We good.
Hey, I'm just happy to be talking.
I gotcha.
I'm just happy to be talking to some Black history right now.
Hey, listen. Listen. Do you know, Maronzio? Do you know anything about this number?
That was the year you graduated from high school, right?
Nah, you want to know something? It was the year I graduated, but see, you don't know your Black history. You don't even know the numbers.
Those are the numbers you play every night before you go in the house, eh?
No, this the lottery. The lottery ticket you keep playing for the rest of your life, and you ain't never win.
So, Rick, tell us what the numbers mean.
Well, since it's Black History Month, and the NBA is always celebrating Black History Month, we talk about the first 3 Black players that got drafted or played in an NBA game: Earl, Lloyd, Chuck Cooper, Nate Sweetwater, Clifton. These are 3 guys that you look at, and that's their numbers down there, Maronzio. It's not your lottery ticket. But the thing is, you look at this, and you know what? Someone had to set the stone, not only just for African Americans to make it in this league. And now when you look at it, it's just evolved totally. And look, the money, cha-ching! I wish I was born in 1980.
We were just talking about obviously the Pistons fight, and I just said obviously the dynamic. And it really just speaks volumes to the impact that Rick Mahorn had. Like, everybody started talking about, the bad boys, the bad boys. And I had somebody in the league tell me this, an executive, high executive, that told me Rick Mahorn doesn't get the credit he deserves. Simply because the fact is, when you had Rick Mahorn as the tone setter for the bad boys, that allowed Bill Laimbeer, a lot of guys, no disrespect, get courage. Laimbeer was going out there elbowing guys, all that stuff. And it really spoke volumes when Isaiah Thomas had that fiasco in the situation with Karl Malone.
But I wasn't there. I wasn't there.
Darryl Walker was the only guy that came to Isaiah Thomas's defense when Karl Malone split open his eye and stuff with that elbow and the forearm. And Rick, I had asked you before and stuff. If he was there, it would have been a problem. But Rick was the guy that gave confidence, and we witnessed that last night with this Pistons team, knowing you got guys that are tone setters. That was a throwback, and thankfully nobody was hurt though. What are your thoughts, real quickly, Maronzio, on that in terms of just the fight and just how that played out?
Honestly, I believe, and it could just be me, but I feel like the Detroit Pistons keep Isaiah Washington locked up under the
Stewart.
He went to Washington, but go ahead.
Isaiah Stewart, they keep him locked in the basement of the arena at the bottom, and they feed him food from the Piggly Wiggly that Rick used to work at.
You want to know something? See, I got to stop you there. Because, see, you can't be talking about my Jamaican brethren. That's all I can tell you. Because us Yardies really know how to play that game. We know how to eat. We may get some cow foot. We may get some doggone oxtail and some jerk chicken. And, damn, I just got hungry as hell. Hey, Maronzio, and rice and peas.
I'm about to send some saltfish to his room right
now. Don't do that. There, look, hey, listen, I'm already up here in T-Dot, and you know it ain't nothing but some Jamaicans up here. And I'm already on DoorDash or whatever the hell it is. I'm about to get me some.
Rick, when you see ball players like Isaiah Stewart and James Johnson, a couple of names that come to mind that I guess embody that old spirit of physical contact. If you come down in here, you're going to catch this, or
you're going to catch hell.
This ain't what you want to do right now in front of all these people. Like, I'm going to show the world that you don't know how to fight. Like, when you see ball players like that, does that make you say, you know what, it still has some of that grit and toughness that we had to endure, and make you feel proud that they still believe that, you know what, there's room for that?
And you know what, I agree with you there. And I know we got some fans want to say some things, but you know what, when I look at it, Maronzio, it's not, and Gerald, it's not the handshake. Hey, no. I mean, I've had friends with Oakley, and we had some skirmishes on the court. And the fact is, for 48 minutes, I don't like your black ass. I don't like your white ass. I don't like whatever part of ass you like. I don't like it. Because for 48 minutes, I want to beat you. For my best friends, if my mom was on there and she came through the hole, I think I'm going to have to hit her too. No, G. Let me just say this to you. When you take your job to the next level, it's like, oh, I don't want, man, please. And not saying, I would not hit moms. But if you coming in the lane, G, or Maronzio, you coming in the lane, and we boys, I don't want you to beat me because I want to have the last word, right or wrong. You don't want to lose.
That, and at the end of the day, it's your job. You my friend, but if I don't do what I'm supposed to do against you, we might not be able to play again next year because I won't be here. So,
because I'm going to whoop your ass when I see you next time you come down there.
So I'm employed now. I'm going to beat the shit out of you.
Yeah, I don't know you. Who you? What? What's your name again?
So first and foremost, again, Rick, did it ever escalate to some off the court? Like you talked about was it ever, how long did it take for afterwards that you would see guys like a Karl Malone?
I left all that on 40. I leave that in that gym, in that locker room, because I did my job. It was a situation, I think it was, Gerald, and we just played. I was playing with the Nets, and remember the place? It was hula hands after the game. Everybody would be over there, but it was funny because we played the Pacers, and it was like three of them. Sam, George. What was his name? A guard. Huh?
George McLeod.
Yeah, George. Yeah, they were waiting for me. They was trying to egg me on to get outside, of of hula hands, and they was gonna whoop my ass. I was like, oh, come on, man. I'm up there laughing because I'm sitting there, they trying to get me, trying to antagonize me, Maronzio. I'm sitting there going like, nah, I ain't going for the banana in the tailpipe. But sometimes, you look at it, people, I let it go. I mean, it is what it is. It's a game. You play 48 minutes of it. You got 3 hours of your time. You ain't got to like nobody, but a lot of the guys I'm friends with now. I mean, the Robert Parishes, the Cedric Maxwells, those guys, the Bill Wellingtons, and look, Jeff Rulin, Frank Burkowski. These are my These are my boys.
Jeff Rulin, your boy. Come on. I'm talking about
when we played against each other, he wasn't my boy. For 48 minutes, he was my enemy.
Carry it off the court at all.
No, I didn't never carry it off the court. I may not I may not like you, but I don't carry that stuff. That's basketball.
I hate to do this, but I'm gonna be that guy because I'm a Bulls fan. Did the players outside of the gym, the game, when y'all saw Michael, were y'all like, it's cool, man, you keep knocking us out and taking titles and shit.
Wait
we cool.
Hold on. But pump your brakes. He ain't take shit from me. All right. The only thing he took from me was Barkley saying, I kept telling Barkley, you got to hit this motherfucker. Barkley kept telling, and look, Charles, we done went at it before I got to Philly, but we became friends. Look, I told Charles, you got to hit this motherfucker because I'm just winning the championship. We're playing the Bulls. I can, and the first thing he said to me, I can't hit him. He's my friend.
Did you hit Karl Malone?
Karl Malone ain't fuck with me from the first day when he first got in the league.
For what?
I ain't like the motherfucker then. I don't like the motherfucker now. But here's the thing. I did coach his daughter, Cheryl Ford. And let me tell you something. Cheryl Ford, she's like a little daughter to me. She knew I ain't like her daddy.
Still, come on, Rick, stop that, man.
Say that again.
Still, to this day.
Nah, hell no, fuck that. Nah, I'm done. Did he win a champion? Hey, did he win a champion? He's always, the mailman delivers. I was like, yeah, not at my house. I'm gonna deliver his ass.
Man, listen.
He might whoop my ass now because I, kind of hobbling around now.
We ain't gonna do that because I ain't gonna let that happen. I got you back. I got you back.
That means two niggas gonna get their ass whooped that day.
Hey, Maronzio, Gerald got a grilled cheese sandwich and some tomato soup. That's what he's gonna be doing.
Stop hitting him, Carl. Stop hitting him.
Look, hey, Rick, he got the nerve to be talking, looking like Frederick Douglass Jr. Hey, Maronzio, let's ask.
I'm not about to sit here and listen to Gerald talk to me looking like a stud PE teacher.
Don't you look like the old school gym teacher?
But a woman.
Oh, I'm done. Oh man.
Man. Most important thing you take out of the close out the first half of the NBA season. We're heading into obviously the end of the first half. Maronzio, I'll start with you. What is the biggest thing you take away from the first half of the NBA season?
They cannot. Ja Morant is stuck in Memphis. That's what I take from that. Because where is he going? No one wanted him in this trade deadline, and they were dangling him like a mistletoe, and nobody kissed him. Nobody wanted Ja. Giannis is going to be an issue, and we discussed why they can't move Giannis because you can't get the value you think you deserve for him. You just can't get it. You want too much for something that isn't what it once was, but still has the potential to get you what you need. It's just not what it once was. He's 13 years in the league. Giannis is 13 years in the league. We're not talking like
he came in the league at 18, so 13 ain't nothing. Look at LeBron. He's been in there 400 years. So what am I 23 years.
Whatever. So John not being able to get moved was a red flag for me. A lot of the teams were doing a fire sale, getting rid of players and everything. A lot of people thought that Utah was trying to tank, but I think what they done is remarkable. They got some great ball players. I'm sorry, it's Utah, but they have great ball players. They just don't have an identity, and we don't know what we're rooting for yet. Indiana taking Zubac, that's an enigma within itself. But I get it. You lost Miles Turner, and I guess Jalen.
But wait a minute, hold on, Maronzio, and I'm gonna interrupt you. So you lose Miles Turner. What has Miles Turner did other than get paid going up to Milwaukee?
I think you know what? I think it did something to his confidence.
And then what did he do in Indiana for them to say, I ain't paying you anyway?
But how many big men, Rick, you got that's 7 foot that can shoot a three?
This is the right to see. This is what if you ain't making them damn threes? Okay, so you got to have some inside presence because everybody ain't gonna make threes. You know, Boston to shoot 45 threes. A lot of teams, even last night watching the Charlotte Hornets, they shot a lot of threes. If you ain't got, and they only had like 16 points in the paint.
Fair.
It's like it's a balance because we done got away from this. We got away from the traditional, which is more inside than out. But they changed so many rules so people can see that. This is what makes nobody want to see a game like last night that we played because it was 104. Whatever 104 or 110, whatever.
Yeah,
they don't want to see. They want to see the 150s because it's for the fan experience. It's like, whoa.
The numbers. It's the numbers. Every time the ball goes in the basket, the lights go off or something.
Yeah, but the best thing about it, I like the grind. If you're a fan and you understand what the game is, and I love when fans boo the opposing team and get rowdy. That makes it fun because to grind it out to get the win, that's what's the taste that you want in your. So when I look at you go to Miles Turner, you go to Indiana. Yeah, Indiana, they don't have Halliburton. So what they're doing is trying to survive. But they also, when you look at it, they're looking to keep some of them pieces that they can get later. And a lot of teams you think are tanking, they just ain't got the damn talent.
No,
that part.
No,
I was shocked to see what Chicago did when they did their little fire sale. They brought in some stuff, but they sent some stuff away. I think them get Boston picking up Vucevic is
Vucevic.
Yeah, Vucevic. That's a great pickup for them because they needed a center that fills in for Al Horford because he can shoot threes, but that's not what he does. He does play in the paint. He is a rebounder. I do like that for them. I do understand what you're saying about the league has gone from. It's like boxing. You get points for not getting hit. You're not supposed to get hit. You know what I'm saying? It's tactical. It's skill. The NBA has gone from the goal is to keep the other team from scoring to let's see how many points everybody can score, and then whatever is left.
But they don't want to see. They don't want to see defense. That defense.
No.
And see, the fact is, when you go throwback, I look at it. This team of the Pistons, they're a throwback team. It's the identity of we're going to play tough. We're going to play hard defense because you ain't going to make every shot. But one thing about it, your defense better be on point.
Yeah.
But Gerald, to answer another question that you asked, I thought Cleveland acquiring, Harden. I thought it was more, they got a 3-headed monster now.
Yeah.
And a lot of times when teams are trying to dissect a team, it's like, who do you want to kill you? So, I mean, is it Mobley? Is it going to be Mitchell? Or is it going to be Harden? And so now if you got 3 of them out there, damn, this is a job for your defense to really recognize that you're going to play a lot of one-on-one and not a lot of, zones or this fake defense. A lot of times teams play fake defense.
We got a question come in and says, Mike Steph says, how important is Jose Alvarado going to be for the Knicks in the playoffs, especially? Alvarado was acquired at the deadline. How important do you think Alvarado will be for the Knicks? So far, it's been a sample size and stuff like that. Rick, you got a chance. I don't know if he made his debut.
He did make his debut with the Pistons, but, knowing his history from down in New Orleans, I mean, he's got to get in where he can fit in. I understand, a lot of people, waiting for his energy that he comes off the bench with, which he has that, that he has that. He has that, but I'm just trying to figure out how do you ingratiate it with everybody?
Yeah. Because he could use it in New Orleans because they needed it. They didn't have anything. So when he comes off the bench and lights it up, and he's that muscle, he's that turn the page, let's get some energy on the court. He's great, but New York has those players. They have people in that position. It's not like he's trying to break into a rotation that's already packed.
Yeah, but it's who just got injured for the Knicks that guard somebody.
Miles McBride.
Yeah, Miles McBride. So he's gonna get those minutes from there. But when I look at the Knicks, okay, seeing them up close the other night, really, did they even show up? Even though Karl Anthony Towns didn't play, I just don't see. It's not that the Thibodeau way or something like that. I mean Mike Brown's doing a job with guy where he took over Tom Thibodeau's team, and does when you guys look at the Knicks, do they ingratiate what New York's about?
They lost their identity when they let Tibbs go.
Yeah, let me ask you this though. We had another question come in, and I think this is really one of those things. Who do you consider a sleeper in the Eastern Conference? We know about Detroit, right? And I think Rick,
that ain't no sleeper. We're pretty soon we'll have the best record in the NBA.
It's Detroit. You got Boston still there. You got the Knicks there. I would say perhaps maybe it'd be Detroit, New York, and Boston. Obviously, Cleveland's still in there. Who is that sleeper when you look at this and say, you know what? This could be the team that could just really upset the apple cart.
Philadelphia.
Philly? For you?
Quietly, Embiid has had a good season. Quietly.
When he plays, right?
When he plays.
They just lost yesterday.
But he didn't play last. He didn't play last.
And he didn't play. That's the thing.
Right. So when he plays, they look good. Losing Paul George, did you lose Paul George because Paul George wasn't Paul George and when Paul George was on the court anyway? So you didn't lose anything other than the money that you spent on this dude who make you believe he still got what he got because he got a good hairline. Paul George, 36 years old, dude. He is not Paul George he's not even Paul George from OKC.
Damn.
He not. And then the expectations that we had for him and Kawhi in LA, it never metabolized. We didn't see anything that made us say, metabolize. I couldn't digest the bullshit. That's what I'm talking about.
What the thing is, in all fairness, let's be clear. Kawhi was the one that was really getting hurt. PG was really playing well. James Harden has had some struggles in that side too. I got a team, obviously, to throw out. The Orlando Magic. What are you seeing from them, Rick, to sit back and say, you know what? Is it the time for them to perhaps maybe be a surprise? It just seems like, obviously, they've been kind of stuck in quicksand. They keep going forward, go back, you get stuck.
Injuries, they first and foremost got to get healthy. Wagner is very, very important for that ball club. It's Banchero's team. And I just think Coach Mosley is doing a great job with guys that you don't really think that can do things.
Mm-hmm.
And my thing is with, you traded for Bane. And I tell you, if Bane plays the way that he can play and be not necessarily the man, but that's the thing. They got to sort out Banchero is the man, and then you have to go down from there. But when Banchero's not playing, how do you figure out who's the man? That's all I look at when I look at Orlando. They're a threat. And my thing is, we look at the regular season. Yeah, you play a team a couple of times, but a 7-game series is a damn dog.
Yeah. But Desmond Bane, allegedly, he's getting scheduled to have his chest shrunk so he can clap and his arm stretched out so he won't look like a midget playing basketball. So that's going to help in the offseason for them because right now he was washed in hot water and shrunk.
Let's keep this going. All-Star game, the NBA All-Star Game's coming up. It's been a lot of challenges. They got the world team now. There's still these 3 teams. What needs to happen for this All-Star Game to be something that fans will say, it's back. We got it. Get back. It's back.
Bring back the 90s. Because it ain't.
I plead the 5th because I'm about to bounce out of here, fellas. I got some stuff to do.
Rick Mahorn, always appreciate you, man.
Nothing but love. Hey, Rick Mahorn's out. Get back.
Rick Mahorn. Maronzio, what do you think needs to happen in terms of really just when you look at from the standpoint of the All-Star game?
I mean, look, a lot of people come to the games because they want to see the stars. They want to see the Steph Curry. They want to see the LeBron. They want to see their favorite ball players. I mean, we're giving them that, but I feel like certain ball players really played the game, like they were serious about the All-Star game. I don't know what more you can do. You taking the world team, you got the U.S. team. We got so many different teams. First of all, we're oversaturated with too many events. We're oversaturated. The skills challenge. Who gives a shit about horse? That's horse. It's horse. Why are we playing horse on national TV? Go to bed. What are you talking about? Like slam dunk 3-point All-Star game. The celebrity game is whatever, but everybody's a celebrity. If you got a cell phone, who gives a shit? But bring it down, man. And I guess is LeVar Ball's son rapping again this year? The one that was stealing? What's the one that was stealing? I don't know his name. I just know the one that did. I call him the one that didn't make it.
Jello.
I just call him the one that didn't make it. The defective one.
I look at the All-Star game and I say, you know what? I'm going to keep hope alive because clearly, look, the NBA needs to figure out how to do something correct to really be able to get that group and keep that audience because slowly but surely, the NFL is desperately trying to get into that President's Day weekend because the Super Bowl has always been the toughest challenge where people do not go to work or struggle to go to work the next day. If they get into that sort of weekend, a President's Day weekend, it will be unstoppable for the NFL. And clearly the NBA is going to move that All-Star game weekend. But, they got to get the guys to play.
They also got to get it. They got to give it some stakes. They got to make it matter. The game doesn't matter. You know what I mean? It's great. It's entertainment, but there's nothing on the line that makes us say, "Ooh, we need to win this," because this division will have home court advantage in the finals or something has to happen for us to care about it. Because when there's no availability and at the last minute, Shedeur Sanders is playing in the All-Star game. You're like, how did that happen? Because he was available. Anybody can be in the All-Star game if you're available. Is Zion gonna be at the All-Star game this year? No. Why? Because ain't no white women in gumbo in LA. He's not coming here. They can't get him out the house. You better put some white woman gumbo, and lead it all the way to the airplane, and they get him on the plane. He's like, y'all tricked me. Yeah, get on here, you big son of a bitch. That's another dude who need to get his arms stretched out in the offseason. These little short arm. I guess. But I guess when all you having sex with is porn stars, you don't really got to have long arms because they coming to you. Gumbo and white women. Billboards in New Orleans. I ain't been in New Orleans since he been there, but I know it's just billboards just with him holding pots of gumbo with a chef's hat on and the white women just popping out the top talking about, I love New Orleans. They love me down here. I'm busting out of shoes and white women.
Oh my goodness, Maronzio Vance. Maronzio, before we wrap up, got to get into it. Obviously, the recap of the Super Bowl. You're a big fan of the 49ers. Obviously, my Tampa Bay Buccaneers weren't there as well. But look, I thought the Super Bowl was very good because I think clearly there's a lot of people that still don't like the New England Patriots.
Yeah.
People were happy for the Patriots to be able to lose and just obviously – I just felt clearly this season, when I look at the Patriots, I felt they were just a product of right time, schedule, injuries on other teams, and look, they got things going. AFC Championship game, Bo Nix goes out, you're playing up against Jarrett Stidham. Yes, the element was in the mix. They won the game, but I just don't see them being like that team that's getting ready to take off for a dynasty. I give them a lot of credit. But look, it was Seattle, and Seattle played well. They had a game plan, and they made Drake May look like a second-year quarterback. Your thoughts? What went wrong for the Patriots?
Well, one, I think the legacy, the esteemed legacy that the Patriots have mastered over the past 19 years played into them making it this far. Because there's certain teams you get geared up for, but then you're like, but it's the Patriots, man. Can we beat them? Like, you beat yourself before you step into the arena. Not to say that's what happens, but I would throw that into the mix. Drake May did look undeveloped. He did not look like he belonged there. They also, say he may have been injured. It'll come out later if he was injured, if they talk about it too much. Happy for Sam Darnold. He was drafted by the Jets. How many people prosper once they get drafted by the Jets? Not many. He got passed around. Paid for the Panthers. He paid for the 49ers. And then he goes to Minnesota, 14-3 or something like that, and then goes to Seattle and does the same thing again. He's proven that he's coachable, because that's two different systems that he was in back to back. And then you take a team with relatively a bunch of unknowns that are known now, but we didn't really know who was in Seattle other than, it's Sam Darnold in Seattle, and Pete Carroll's not there anymore, right? That's pretty much what we knew. And then the kid that was the offensive player of the year,
Smith and Jake.
Yeah. So those are the names that you know of there. And then I guess that spirit of Seattle's defense they've had for so long, I think, came back. You know what I mean? The 12, they were like, yeah, we back again, and we smacking. We're hitting hard. It's one of the most, impressive defensive games in Super Bowl history. And at the end of the day, nobody's mad when Seattle wins the Super Bowl, because Seattle don't talk shit. They just be like, man, we up here and it's raining, okay? And there's white people everywhere. Can we just have something? All we got is Ichiro. Y'all took the Supersonics from us. Can we have a title? And that's it. No one's mad when Seattle wins. They're shocked, but no one's like, man, no one's like, fuck Seattle. No one's like, I don't care about Seattle. It's just whatever. But the Patriots won today. If the Patriots had won Sunday, Paul Revere would have came back from the dead. It would have been crazy.
I got to ask you this, man. Obviously, you're a big fan of sports. You've been on the show several times and appreciate you, and obviously, when you look at state of comedy right now, and specifically in the area of stand-up comics, we're in a safe, it's kind of what you would say a very sensitive, delicate environment, and then also the rise of really just comics on the internet. When you look at the state of comedy, what are the things that you like and what do you dislike about the state of comedy now?
We're in a state of comedy where there's this thing called bro comedy. Bro comedy being comedy that's intended to insult, to get a rise out of you, shock value, trigger you, make you respond, provoke you to engage with a comic on stage, which creates crowd work. And then that crowd work, you get eviscerated because you are trying to argue with somebody who has a microphone and their speakers surrounded, and you sitting in the back drunk yelling, you're going to lose, right? We're in that stage of comedy. Crowd work has made everybody think that everybody can do comedy. We're learning that everybody who does sketches and tells jokes on the internet, you put them in a room with 500 people, 400 people, 300 people, and tell them to stand on stage, no sketches, no editing, no camera, just tell us stories and jokes. Everybody can't do that. That's a skill, that's an art within itself. There are a few people that can do both. Like Richard Pryor was a great actor and a phenomenal comedian. Not everybody can do that. Eddie Murphy, great comic, phenomenal actor. Not everybody can do that, right? And there's certain people that's just great at one thing. Seinfeld has always said, I'm a great comic. He doesn't like to act because he can't. But he's so big, you put him in something and don't have him have to do any heavy lifting, and then you get your Seinfeld fix. And you're like, well, I saw Seinfeld. He didn't do much, but he just be in Seinfeld. That's what you want to see. I love the fact that people are taking more chances in comedy. I like the fact that we're not just staying in, one genre, saying, oh, only black comics can talk about this and only white comics are talking about that. Everybody's trying to figure out how they want to express their experiences in different ways without trying to pigeonhole anybody and say, oh, you can't talk about that because you don't know anything about that. But you can talk about your experiences. And I think that's what people don't know how to articulate. But I still enjoy it. To quote Fonte from Little Brother, I love hip hop. I just hate the niggas in it. I love comedy. I just hate the politics and the disingenuous, please like me demeanor that people do. And people will do anything for a laugh. That's the disgusting part. And I feel bad for the audience because they don't know how to use discernment and say, this person is pandering. That's not who they really are. They support it because they don't know how the sausage is made. And now you end up eating pork.
How did you become a social meme? Like, talk about that. Where I had the story. I was like, I was with some, again, some of the kids put something in a post, the basketball team, and they put up this image, a meme of a guy talking to a brick wall, and it's supposed to mean something. And lo and behold, I said, I know him. I know him. And they were like, oh my God, you know him. Talk about how this has become something that you are now a well-known social meme of the guy talking to the brick wall.
I'm going to be honest. I don't have a clean-cut way to say it, but I'm going to do my best to articulate what it feels like. I did a video in 2011 of me talking to a brick wall, and it was to symbolize what it feels like when you're trying to talk to people about things that you think we should all be paying attention to, but we're not. Like, stuff was happening in the world, but this political stuff was happening, but we were more obsessed with this thing going on over here. Laws were being passed. I'm like, but hey guys, they're passing laws over here. Yeah. But this is happening over here. Twitter's down, or J. Cole has beef with somebody, or Beyonce, is on a motorcycle, or whatever's happening in the world. We were getting distracted. We're trying to get C Murder out of jail. Let C Murder stay in jail. His fucking name is C Murder. He did what he was supposed to do. Let him do it. We need to get C Murder out of jail. What is C Murder in jail for? For murder? What the fuck did you think somebody named C Murder was going to do? Start a goddamn vegan restaurant? This nigga's name is Murder. He's a killer. Congratulations. So we over here mad to see Murder locked up. We getting laws passed over here that's taking our rights away from us slowly. And I'm like, can we pay attention to this? I'm being told to shut the fuck up. So I just went and talked to a wall one day like, look, we need to focus on what's going on. It didn't go viral the way I wanted it to go viral at the time because the internet was like booming and everything was happening. So everybody's eyes were just everywhere. If you caught fire, that meant you went viral because you did something that stood out amongst everybody in the cafeteria yelling. And years later, someone sends me a GIF and they were like, is this you? And I was like, yeah, it's me, but why am I moving just back and forth like that? And they're like, oh, it's a GIF. And I was like, what do you mean it's a GIF? I sounded, I was like, what's a GIF? Oh, it's a new thing now where we take pictures and we only move them from back to forth. And I was like, fine. But if you open up your iPhone and go to images, it's in there. If you go to your Android phone and look up images and type in brick wall, it's in there. I'm in your cell phone, I'm in your iPhone, I'm in your laptop. If you Google guy talking to a brick wall, you don't even have to say black guy talking to a brick wall. You can just say guy talking to a brick wall. I pop up like herpes on Usher's lip, and I'm everywhere. Do you hear me? Everywhere. And it's the craziest thing in the world. And I became a meme coin, and people were trading my meme online for like $319 a share. I'm like, I can't even afford to buy my own damn coin. So now I'm everywhere, but I'm nowhere because nobody really knows it's me unless you knew what I was doing back then. But every now and then somebody will say, hey, that's Maronzio. And then people are like, oh, okay. And then they find out I'm a comedian, and then they start connecting dots. It's a long-ass scavenger hunt, but eventually people find their way to me. But if I got a penny for every iPhone in the world that had that image in it or had the access to pull it up, I wouldn't be talking to you right now, Gerald. I'd be in Tahiti somewhere with a girl that can't even say my name, but she's happy because I could get her some socks and some shoes. Because Joel Embiid didn't give them to her like he promised.
Before I get out of here, before I let you go, we look at the whole situation. Obviously, I call this the soapbox moment. You know, this whole big thing has been a lot of people upset with the players in the NBA that didn't make it, guys that are in the G League have an opportunity to go back to college. And people are looking at this saying, this is wrong, this is wrong. Oh my God, these guys should never be able to go back to college. And I think it's the total opposite. I think it's a great move. I really applaud these young men going back to college. And maybe they should put something in to allow these young men to go ahead and further pursue their degree, get their degree. But at the end of the day, just plain and simple, I don't understand why people are upset about this, because we tend to get caught up in the moment and we look at something and say, no, no, no. But if you look back through the history, the European players have been doing this for quite some time.
Man,
they play pro ball over in Europe, and then they come over to get ready for the NBA. They'll play in college, and then go ahead and further establish themselves.
Here we go. This is the brick wall. This is me talking to the brick wall. You're mad at somebody who left school because they didn't get a job and decided to go back to school to try to get a job. You don't want them to do that? What do you want them to do? Be like, oh, you tried out, you can't do it no more. Go away. It don't work like that. It don't work like that. And then another thing, you're obsessed with the wrong shit. They just arrested Don Lemon for trying to find out why a pastor is luring people to a church to get caught and sent to Guatemala to work at a Walmart. That's what y'all are worried about. Ball players that didn't get drafted going back to school to try it again, or at the very least get a degree to get a job somewhere so they don't rob your ass in 5 years. But you worried about that guy trying to get a job when you should be worried about the guy that has a job that was busting kids' asses and y'all are okay with it. I don't know what to do with that information. Back to you, Gerald. Get the fuck out of here.
Maronzio, Joe, you are this is why we call the show Unfiltered, man. What do you have upcoming, Maronzio, where people can find out where you be at?
I'm going on tour, Gerald. I'm working on right now, booking some dates, and I'm going to call it Talking to the Brick Wall Tour. That's the tentative name right now, but it may change, but I'm definitely trying to go on tour, do this one-man show. I'm supposed to be on Comics Unleashed for CBS on March 17th. I don't know if that's still going to happen because I got to watch clothes. But other than that, I mean, I'm online, Maronzio Vance. If you're looking for anything, all my handles are the same. I'm not Comedian Maronzio Vance. Why are we doing that? Why is a comedian say, I'm a Comedian Maronzio Vance? No one does that. No one says, hey, I'm Cashier Keisha at gmail.com. Get the fuck out of here, dude. I hate comics, dude.
I'm so happy that you did attack some of them. I'm so happy because you know what? A lot of the times we had to filter you in terms of things like I'm just so happy that you did do all of that stuff, because I didn't want some of these guys now that could see your face and be like,
you get me in trouble. I'm in LA. I got to bump into Dwayne Wade probably this weekend. He'll be like, you got a problem with my pink lips? Yes, honey, I do. You walking around here with your Louis Vuitton bell-bottom lips. Your lips is pink. How your lips pink?
Stop.
You can't go get no roofing? Don't they shellac a lip? You can't shellac a lip. Put some... How your lips... What?
Joe, stop.
I thought he had lip gloss on. It was just the fact that his lips is just pink. The wrong ones.
He is actor.
You think I can have a serious conversation with Dwayne Wade? Hey, Maronzio, I want to talk to you. The whole entire time I be looking at this dude's mouth. Pause. Looking at it like, yo, son, this is crazy right now. I think I'm looking into the predator's mouth. This is wild. What's wrong? What?
Yo, Maronzio Vance, as always, man, and all jokes aside, and all serious, man, you know what? I've always said from day one, you are super, super talented. And really, your dedication and commitment to the craft, it really inspires me. And really just seeing the growth and the production and obviously the quality of being able to tell jokes and have fun. I applaud you, man, and I salute you. And really staying on that path, man, because again, being funny and being talented is a skill. That's a gift. Not everybody can do it. I would at least think I'm talented and funny, but again, I see it as a different level.
Hey, because Jeff Teague almost found out yesterday.
He messing around with that big football.
Hey, Jeff was cracking jokes, and dude was about to crack his ass. Wide the fuck open, yo. Pause. But listen, yo, Jeff was like, I'm just kidding, man. Dude was like, keep running your mouth. I was like, this former slave is about to beat the shit out of you, dog. This former Django Unchained stunt double is about to beat the dog shit out of Jeff Teague. What?
Hey,
how you on the injured reserve on your podcast? How you get on the injured reserve on a podcast? He can't talk today because he got injured talking to a former slave. That dude Franklin was about to beat the shit out of him. What?
All views that have been said and demonstrated by Maronzio Vance are his and his alone.
Oh, you trying to get me Jeff Teague down here like I'm by myself. I'm like, what, Jeff Teague gonna walk up to me? I heard what you said about me. And bitch, what's wrong with you? You played on 15 teams. Shut up. You can sell jerseys out your house from the jobs you had.
And you got Joel Embiid after you. You got to stop, man. You got to stop. Joel Embiid.
I do nothing for Joel. I buy him socks and underwear and lotion and rice. And this is how they treat me.
Yo, this dude was playing with no socks on the other night, just straight ashy ankles outside. He forgot he was in the league, Gerald. He thought he was back home. He was going to take the trash out. He ended up in the arena. Like, oh,
I have a game tonight. My bad.
He had on ankle socks. He done gave up. Ben Simmons would have never. Ben Simmons at least going to get dressed up. Joel came out with some ashy ankle socks.
What did you say he gave to his village?
I gave my family Jordache jeans.
He gave him Jordache. They don't even make Jordache no more, Gerald. Gerald, go online and go on eBay. Jordache jeans are $500 now because they don't even make that material anymore. That wasn't even real denim. I don't even know what that was. That was made from Cutlass.
Yo. Gotta go. Hey, we'll be back next week. Wrap up the All-Star break. As always, the talented, very, very humorous, funny, Mr. Maronzio Vance. Make sure you follow him on social media. For Rick Mahorn, from Maronzio Vance, I'm Gerald Brown. We getting out of here.